Out of the ring, he came back at the age of 39, now 42 years old, 3 years in the comeback. He has accomplished what he set out to do. He's had little resistance so far from the opposition he has handpicked, but for the most part, the cynicism, the sarcasm is gone from the critics, and Foreman's name is now part of the heavyweight championship picture. And tonight he is facing an opponent that George, when he was coming back, would, and right off the bat, Lakusta wobbled at 6'1" and 216. This is the typical opponent George Foreman would picture in his comeback, and the kind of opponent he fought essentially earlier in the comeback.
Well, this is the kind of opponents that Foreman must face. He must face the Joe Frazier type opponents, the fighters who come at him right now. Lakusta trying to get Foreman in the later rounds, but he needs those fighters that are shorter than he is and the kind that run after him to throw punches. All George wants to do is sit back and throw those big, sweeping, slow, heavy-handed punches. What he does not want to face is the Muhammad Alis of the world. The current Muhammad Alis, the Tim Witherspoons, the Buster Douglases, somebody big heavyweight with a good left jab.
George Foreman, as we had talked about before, Sean, at this point, right on the threshold of having a fight with Tyson or Holyfield or Douglas. Most fighters in that position would wait around for the fight, would not even step in the ring, although if George loses this fight, it would be one of the major surprises.
Don't hold his head.
But he's looking... George Foreman, who started this comeback, it's a big joke to many. He's getting about $25,000 a fight, more exhibitions and sideshows. They made $1.5 million against Cooney.
Now here's where Foreman is turning up the heat.
Yep.
Lakusta came out and he tried to get the control of this fight. Right here is where George is dangerous. Right now, a back elbow from George. And he gets a warning for it.
Don Smart standing up to George Foreman, who over the ages has learned every trick in the book. He uses those big arms, 19-inch biceps.
Don't hold his head.
And Lakusta now gets a warning.
Break, come back.
Lakusta sparred with Mike Tyson for the Buster Douglas Tokyo fight. He has faced the likes of Trevor Berbick and Frank Bruno and Michael Dokes and Razor Ruddock. He went the distance with Berbick, stopped by the other three. He has actually faced better fighters than George has during George's comeback.
The light heavyweight speed.
There's George turning it on in the corner. Lakusta holding.
Right now, Ken is trying to use his light heavyweight speed, trying to move around Foreman. But it's just a matter of time. Target practice for George. Turned up the intensity this round.
We have seen a couple of George Foremans in the comeback. Early where he would coast and just pick his spots, one-shot punches. And then, for instance, in the Cooney fight, where he really picked up the intensity and the combinations, and he has picked it up early in this one. Again, overmatched situation against Ken Lakusta, 35-year-old out of Edmonton.
Right now, Al, George is having trouble finding the mark.
You guys are free. Let's go.
He's a little bit off in this fight. Not able to hit the button. He should have Lakusta out of there. Lakusta right now has his mouth wide open. Easier to knock a fighter out with that mouth wide like that.
Foreman comes in figuring for Lakusta, saying if you want to win, you can't run, you have to fight. Most opponents at size disadvantage against Foreman figure they may be able to move and stay away. But eventually, Foreman has found everybody.
Everybody is right. Right now, he's going to the body of Lakusta. He hurt him with a left shot over there.
But Lakusta so far surviving the first 6 minutes. Opponents in one night, an exhibition. It's taken 13 years before Canada is ready for George Foreman again. Going to the body of Ken Lakusta. Matter of fact, that exhibition, and there goes Lakusta here in the third.
1, 2, 3, 4,
struggling to get to his feet.
He's not going to get up.
8, 9, you okay?
He made it.
You all right?
And the
Shaking
crowd
his head.
cheers the effort of Lakusta. Getting up. Oh, big feet by Lakusta off the knockdown. Shakes up Foreman. Foreman walked right into it. And the crowd going wild. Foreman now will intensify his effort. As Foreman said before, you can take no one for granted. And there goes Lakusta down for the second time. The crowd urging him to get up again. 3 knockdown rule in effect.
7, 8,
Will he make it?
9.
No! It is over. Lakusta goes out with a bang. And George Foreman could see all those dollars floating away as he takes a stunning shot from Ken Lakusta, but then comes on to take him out here in the 3rd round.
And George turned it up after he tasted that right hand from Lakusta. A sweeping right hand from Kenny Lakusta. Really the first time that Foreman has been hit in his comeback.
George Foreman in his 70th professional fight goes to 68-2, making it 23-0 with 22 knockouts in his comeback.